Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Rhonda Rousey lost again because she was one elemental. You cannot limit yourself, as Bruce Lee said, to one aspect of fighting. This is me saying this now, especially when you have the capacity, you have the potential to develop every aspect of fighting. What do you mean by that, brother teacher? I mean ground fighting, standing, joint locks, kicking, elbow strikes, and so forth while you're standing and not waiting on the opportunity to get to the ground, which is the downfall of many fighters, especially in the so-called UFC or MMA situation as it is today. You cannot just be a ground fighter, because if you look at it from the standpoint of just entertainment and that's the only reason that you're engaging in this type of activity, then that's one thing. But when you couple that with the term martial arts, martial means war, okay? It's the art of war. And along with that art of war comes certain strategies. Along with that art of war comes sciences, such as the science of movement, kinesiology, kinetics, if you will, and the principles of direction, balance, how to strike, closing the distance, and things like this. I didn't mean to ramble on about that. That really is not what I wanted to talk about. But my real issue is this: stop limiting yourself as a fighter and just saying, when I go in that ring, I'm going to take that person down to the ground. It doesn't work that way in the real world, ladies and gentlemen. If they go down to the ground, they go down to the ground. But what if they still are standing in front of you, up close and personal, as Nunes was to Rhonda Rousey? Did you see the eye of the tiger, so to speak, in Nunes's face? I believe, just from my observation, Rhonda was afraid of her. False bravado. So if you look at when they first began, Rhonda put on her so-called show face for the fight. But once it began, first couple seconds into the match, if you look at Nunes, she had an intensity in her face that was deliberate. It was on point, which meant that I'm not here to lose. I'm about to take you down, and I don't care who you are or who you think you are. That is what happened. And I believe that demeanor that she had, that poise that she took, when she looked into Rhonda's face, I'm going to get you. And Rhonda knew it. And Rhonda could not answer the call. And again, before I close, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have arms to use and you have to limit yourself to just kicking, that's one thing. If you can't kick and all you have is just your arms to use, then that's another thing. But when you have the ability to use both and you don't, because you're more comfortable in another aspect of fighting, you have done yourself a disservice. Use all of the elements if you can. That's my point. I'll see you in the next video. So